This video is brought to you by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each and every week to keep it tasteful, but discretion is advised.
Now, enjoy the show.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
This week on the show.
Archery season is underway and we're gearing up to head out on the trail of the whitetail. And more than 100 boats were out competing in an early fall Delmarva Classic, the Outcasters Open. The tournament is in full gear once again, and we're on the hunt for the money fish. Plus, we check out a waterfront heritage festival in Crisfield, Maryland that celebrates the seafood industry and puts the spotlight on the men who work these waters.
Right now on Outdoors Delmarva.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here's Andrew Tawes.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Andrew Tawes. We'll be checking in with my partner, Captain Willie Dykes, in a few minutes. Well, archery season is underway in Maryland and Delaware, so we decided to head out on the trail of the whitetail, right here outside of Bridgeville, Delaware. And even if we're not able to set our sights on a deer, there's still a good chance to get up to speed on what you need to go bow hunting.
I'm gonna get up in this oak tree right here, Andrew. See that guy right there?
Matt Crockett has picked out his perch in the corner of a field and makes his way along the edge of the woods where quite a few deer have been seen milling about. They've been coming out to explore a bean field and also this cornfield right next to it. There are deer tracks and conditions all around seem to be good. As Matt prepares to climb the tree, we thought we'd take a moment to check out all the tools you may need for a successful bow hunt. A nice location would be a good start.
Cutting corn on the back side of the field tonight, so we're hoping to get a shot at something hitting that field here right before dark. They do love a field, fresh cut cornfield.
And now on to the gear.
Absolute necessity this time of year is your thermocell. That's going to keep your mosquitoes away from you. Gotta have it right now, gotta have it, or you're gonna be ate up, swatting, all that good stuff. Another thing I take very seriously this time of year is spraying down. A lot of people think that's something you just do during the, prime time, but odor has absolutely gotta be controlled this time of year. Never really know what you're gonna run into in your tree, so you always wanna have a saw available. Face mask, gloves, of course. Full concealment is very necessary. Pull string, flashlight, all your basic stuff there. When it is warm like this, I like to use face paint instead of a mask, just to keep myself a little bit cooler. So a hanger for the bow, gotta have a bow hanger, so we'll throw all that right in there.
If you're going to be up a tree, it's probably a safe call to invest in a harness.
2 feet in the air, 20 feet in the air, you can still hurt yourself very badly. So if you don't have one, guys, make sure you get one. Pretty simple to get on there, fellas and ladies.
But it wouldn't be bow hunting without the bow.
Diamond rock right there, just a basic bow, good for tree stand hunting because the short limbs, pretty light but steady. Of course, you gotta have good broadheads, good sharp broadheads. Don't want to come out here with something you shot a deer with before or shot and missed or something like that. So. Good to go, man.
Once Matt gets the climber secured around the tree, he makes his way up, getting a nice view of the field and tree line. He gets settled in, and I set up with the camera in an old deer stand about 100 yards away from Matt. As the silence returns, the waiting game begins. About an hour later, Matt spots a fawn about 80 yards in front of him, and I'm just barely able to get it on film before it lays down in the grass. Matt then sees 4 more running around a good 300 yards away, and another group runs out of the cornfield towards the edge of the woods. As darkness quickly took over this corner of the field, Matt climbs down, leaving his tree climber because he'll be coming back.
We seen a good 10, 11 deer tonight, just all out of range. A couple, I don't know, probably 300 yards across the cutoff. And had one walk right in front of us, but that's the way it goes. Definitely gonna be back. Definitely gonna be back.
Even though we walked out of the woods without a deer, what Matt saw from up in the tree is a good sign of things to come.
Yeah, but we seen plenty tonight, so that's heading in the right direction. Might have been able to take a shot at that one at 50, 60 yards, but no need to push the luck this time of year. Still plenty of time left, so I'd like just getting out here and watching them. Hopefully, I think Monday or Tuesday we're supposed to get some colder weather in here. That'll get them moving a little more. And like I said, it's about time for a little bit of pre-rut action here in the next week or so. So these bucks are getting ready to get geared up. That's when the woods, you ain't gonna find me. My wife ain't gonna find me, because that's where I'll be.
Coming up next, over 100 boats participate in an early fall classic, the Outcasters Open. We'll have all the action on the water as well as the scales. But first, did you know? Delaware's archery season for deer is significantly longer than the firearm seasons for 2013 and 14. How many more days do bow hunters have in the field than all the firearm seasons put together? The answer when we come back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Shooter's Choice, Sean Mann Outdoors, Goody's Marine, and Wink Sporting Goods. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back.
Did you know? Delaware deer hunters using firearms can hunt for a total of 50 days for the 2013 and 14 season. Deer season for bow hunters lasts from September 2nd to January 31st, a total of 131 hunting days, more than twice as many.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina.
We're here in Bivalve at the West Side Volunteer Fire Department, where they're having the captain's dinner just inside there for one of our favorite events, the Outcasters Open.
Andrew, this is the 12th year for the event. Lines go in the water at 7 in the morning, and we're going to be there to catch all the action on the boats and at the scales.
All right, let's take a look.
If you're trying to catch fishermen, the bait is simple. Put a piece of chicken on a plate with some coleslaw and beans, and you'll attract them by the dozens, as we saw at the captain's dinner the night before we set out of Nanticoke Harbor.
Boats were already making their way out on a beautiful morning, and we would be fishing with anglers Brian Catlin and wife Kelly aboard the Miss Darby. Soon everyone is at full throttle to get to their favorite spot. Ours happens to be a secret spot where the mouths of two unnamed rivers meet. Wink, wink.
Anglers, the tournament is officially open at this time.
And as the sun chases the moon from its nighttime perch, it's time to get the lines in the water.
We're at tide's falling, so we're coming to a point where the two rivers come together, basically on the channel edge. Fish like to feed on the up and down, so that's where we're at right now. Sit down here. It's just a old spot we've come to forever.
Within minutes, Brian reels in our first fish, a respectable hardhead.
Apparently, we've stumbled across an underwater city of hardheads because we're hauling them in left and right.
Another hardhead.
There's the old classic Chesapeake Bay hardhead.
Before long, Brian hauls in our first trout, but it's not the size we're looking for.
About 2 more years, that'd be a nice eating fish right there.
Soon it's back out to Hardhead City with the occasional stranger making an appearance.
Hake fish.
Yeah.
But red hake aren't on the money list. And neither is this stunningly beautiful oyster cracker.
But some hungry birds means the tide line is sneaking up on our position, and we might soon be onto some sizable fish.
little bigger, Chuck. Keep this up. We'll have a few for dinner tonight.
And eureka! Kelly hooks into something big. A sizable trout.
That's a trout. 15 inches.
But we're still looking for the elusive rock.
I don't think staying here in this wind's gonna help us any for the rest of the day today.
We're at Windmill Hill, outside of Dannycook Harbor. Looking for rockfish mainly. Anything else we can find.
And what we find are bluefish. And a lone catfish.
But the rock remain elusive, and with the wind picking up, we head in to try our luck at the scales.
Been a good day as far as I'm concerned. We got fish to eat tonight. Be good enough for me.
Trout. Time 12:50. 1.20.
But it's still early on day one, and with about an hour left before the weigh-in scales close, the action begins to heat up.
And soon the last of the 109 competing boats are pulling into the Nanticoke Harbor. And they're bringing in some big fish, including this huge flounder brought by Paul Breitschwert.
Flounder. Time 4:47. 3.10.
The final results of this year's Outcasters Open would look like this.
Even though the crew of the Miss Darby wouldn't finish in the money, it was a great day fishing out on the water in the biggest little fishing tournament on Delmarva.
Get outdoors, Delmarva!
Coming up next, we check out a festival that celebrates not just the seafood industry, but the people who work the waters of the Chesapeake Bay.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Communities that live and work on the water have been a vital part of life right here on Delmarva for decades. And that life was on display recently at Summers Cove Marina in Crisfield, Maryland for the first annual Dock Day on the Bay.
Crack.
Seen one made before?
No,
What do you think?
really nothing.
Nothing. Pretty easy.
Yeah, I just like them.
Young Kyle may not be blown away by making crab pots, but he doesn't take his eyes off the bending, crimping, and cutting that go into construction, not to mention the elbow grease. As you can see, this is all done by hand, and at Eddie Heath's Crab Pots and Supplies, they've been doing it for a long time.
We've been in business over 43 years, so it's just natural to do it. Support all the watermen. We always support all the watermen.
And that's basically what this festival is all about. From the tools to the watermen themselves, life on the water is on display. Kevin made the trip from Annapolis so his son Kyle could learn a thing or two about working on the water.
Just wanted to show my son a little bit more. He enjoys crabbing, so we thought we'd come down and visit, get some good seafood, and learn some stuff.
Stuff like how to pick crabs from someone who's been picking them since she was 18.
And put the meat on of it like this too, also.
Got any shells in there?
I don't think so. We can go over through it, but I might have one or two, and that's it. I might have one or two, and that's it.
And with some of the bay's bounty out on display, there has to be a fish cleaning demonstration. Up for fillet is a red drum, followed by a flounder. The fresh fillets then make their way over to a seafood cooking demo where the aromas of fresh fried fish are guaranteed to send you overboard. And just in case that happens, The Coast Guard is standing by with their own safety demonstrations. But the stars of the show are the watermen themselves, and you can climb aboard their floating workstations and see firsthand what goes into the job.
Just show the public, what type of work we do, and just show some of the kids what we catch and stuff like that.
This is the oldest type of commercial harvesting of the blue crab on the whole bay. This was done by sail. It was dragged by little scraping boats that had the sail in it, and you drag the scraping alongside of it.
And of course, it's a family thing. Most watermen are keeping a tradition alive that began for them generations ago.
We come from a long line. I'm a 5th generation waterman. And my son has a boat over here in one of these slips, and he wants to be a 6th generation. And it's just becoming almost impossible for us to hand down our heritage. Might not look like much to some, but it is an honest living.
One that they hope will continue, thanks in part to celebrations like the first annual Dock Day on the Bay.
Coming up next, we'll visit one of our fine sponsors and learn about the latest technology to take your bow hunt to the next level.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Captain Willie Dykes. When hunting seasons start up on Delmarva, I know it's time for me to head down to Wink Sporting Goods in Princess Anne, Maryland, because I know they'll have everything I need. With modern bow technology, it is crucial to have your equipment tuned up and repaired before you go to the field. And I'm here with CJ Wink, and CJ, it looks like you're equipped back here to do just that.
Yeah, that we are. One of the most important parts of a compound bow is having it tuned right so that your broadheads are going to fly like a field point, so you're just confident that you can take down the game that you're going for.
You have a full line of accessories here. What is brand new for this year?
Some of the new stuff out, one thing in particular is this Trophy Ridge React 1 sight. Single pin adjustable sight that automatically sights in your pins from 40 out all the way out to 100 yards in 10-yard increments, saving you a lot of time and money in lost arrows trying to sight in your longer distance pins.
Hey, well, CJ, you have a range right here in the shop. Let's take it in and give it a try.
All right, sounds good. Let's go do it.
Okay, CJ, looks like we got the preliminary sighting in done. We'll see if it really works. What range are we shooting at?
We're shooting this at 50 yards right now. Sighted into 20 and 30 inside there, and now we're going to take it out and test it at 50 yards. That was the first one right in there. Another one. Right in there. We're going to back it up to 70 yards. 2 lines down to go to 70. The better you can shoot at a far distance, the better you're going to be at a closer distance. In the bullseye.
CJ, looks like that sight is the best of both worlds. Simple to use and dead on accurate. Now, I understand you guys have a special event coming up here at Winks.
Yeah, really, we do. We have our Customer Appreciation Day. We have Jacob Landry coming from Swamp People. He'll be here from 11 to 4. We have a ton of specials, door prizes, food, giveaways, all kinds of stuff. So have everybody come on down and check us out.
CJ, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Now, for anything you need for hunting and fishing, come on down to Wink Sporting Goods in Princess Anne, Maryland. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on the show, your latest viewer videos and pictures.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Shooter's Choice, Sean Mann Outdoors, Goody's Marine, and Wink Sporting Goods.
It's time now to take a look at the videos and pictures sent in by our own Outdoors Delmarva viewers.
Nathan Moon of Mount Vernon, Maryland caught this largemouth bass while freshwater fishing in the Eden area. It weighed in at just over 4 pounds, and Nathan caught it using shallow water crankbait. And Joe Visiglia of Long Neck, Delaware caught this 6-pound, 4-ounce flounder out of the Indian River Inlet while jigging with a bucktail. That about wraps up another week of adventures for us. And Willie, we didn't bring any venison home, but with all the deer we saw out there, looks like it might be an exciting few weeks ahead.
That's right, Andrew. It looks like the fall colors are just starting up out there, and any excuse to get out in the woods is just fine. So until next time, from our partner Andrew Talls, I'm Captain Willie Dykes, reminding you to get outdoors, Delmarva.